all I do. And I want to say, welcome to the program Inside SaLone today. Now the then and now media empire with the broadcast live na Facebook. Me now na host and presenter, Mohamed Kamara, commonly known as SuperMed. And today na Saturday, the 9th of January, 2021. For now, just a journey inside this, for the first time inside this year, we wish you all a happy 2021. And as I already don't see, my guest already there with me live, and most of us sabi I'm already, but none the wiser, I will still introduce the man, brother Alfred Sankor, commonly known as SaLone CashBox, making call on the financial guru. Now the brother this where they help we for explain to we about economy business, about money, all the half money business, so that them people always sabi boku book, them plenty doctor they all get now in country. Men no go full with this now. The brother then I ain't going to explain to you all the AFAF details them. So we're very pleased for getting on the platform today. But before we move any further, I want to appeal to you again for you to continue for share. No, na hit that share button because waiting the brother again for can talk today. Now something very important where the benefit we all as Sierra Leoneans them. So now we get us plenty Sierra Leoneans so go able for listening this program here so live. So please, una hit that share button, una share to all, una contact them now on our Facebook page. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Sierra Leoneans, once more, una welcome. Brother Alfred Sanko, aka SaLone CashBox, you welcome.
Thank you, SuperMed. Me family, una good evening, good afternoon, or good morning. Very happy for there. It's a pleasure, and hopefully we would kind of like get a very fruitful conversation and discussion, and for make we all kind of like can learn from each other. But yes, it's always a pleasure being here, and of course like sharing me on Lily and nothing to the entire country and the rest of the Sierra Leoneans across the world. So thanks for having me again.
Okay, thank you very much, brother SaLone CashBox. And today inside the program, we can look at that pronouncement where we bank governor be make. We bank governor tell we say the Leones done at the country. It tell we say we make the Leones done, then we don't order the Leones, but because of this COVID-19 coronavirus, other plenty country them they order, and so that's not the reason we make we get the money. And he say the money will be done order before, the money be sufficient enough. But you don't know for some reason, but you able to understand why the money don't kind of short in the country, because it don't contact all the other bank them. They don't check around, then see say the Leones don't short. And that time the other bank governor make an announcement say, I know say most of them be known, now be December. Now be a pivotal moment now we country in economy annually in December, and at the peak of the business now we country, because we get plenty people them working common at the diaspora, they can the country, where they call it Forex. So that's now the buoyant time now for business now we country. So now very delicate issue. Then also what we go for look at as well, now this 5.2 billion loans where the president and the first lady be used for the travel and the expenditures then. Inside December alone, the money be more than $500,000 US, according to the Africanist press. So some of you be confused, we country in a poor country. How comes with president and first lady no more? Inside December no more, then they use more than $500,000 for the own half travel. So this now the thing that will get inside the program to go for can discuss, and we get to the brother now, we go come enlighten we. But again, at the original, we continue for share. I don't see the numbers that don't begin come up, despite where we get these technical difficulties. Again, I appreciate you greatly because you're able patience and bear with. So please, now continue for share. Now we go straight to the program. Brother SaLone CashBox. First of all, the reasoning where the bank governor give you feel the reason in there, you are somebody where get experience per money business, finance business. You feel the reason in the all water.
Thank you, SuperMed. I feel say, waiting we SaLone people, as I've been to say earlier, waiting we need for stop And I feel say like not so the politician in need for stop him. Now we the people in the SaLone get for stop our politician in the treat way. You know, politician and only take the people in that country for granted for far too long, whether it is now or then. I mean, it is something we engraved in our society where we the people them don't accept, you know, say, you know, it's in this una just treat we how una want treat we no more. We una done with we, una just kind of like left we. We una done with we, una just tell we. This is exactly what we don't accept in our society. You know, as I say earlier, waiting Emerson sing, you know, it is so true. You know, we na coconut aid. Una just the ton we le coconut aid. Una just, I mean, when una done for useless we and make we life to like that Sambagota, una just tell we. I mean, where we reach Bay, you know, like all them gota, then most of them kind of like they lead to Bay. Like basically, it's like I say, now so we the people am not ready for make government in the skit way. You know, that statement they SuperMed by a bank governor. And when you look at the trend, the old trend in our country, it is not just the bank governor. Every single politician treats the SaLone people exactly this way. It was such a reckless statement every time I think about it. And it's not just about the statement. It's not just the statement. It is also the fact that we beget too many ways them how we remedy this situation. It just like when you make the point in your introduction. You say December being the most, you know, revenue generating month now with country. If you be not, first of all, you suppose for don't do your forecast properly, you for not able to predict this thing. And secondly, you knew like if Thomas Delarue not been kind of like able to print with money, you for don't know that and find another solution. And this not a rocket science. The very time where I be there listen this guy, when people let me talk him, honestly, I thought it was like a propaganda. I feel say it was like a negative propaganda when it go around for say money no dinner with country. When I listened, the bank governor make that comment there, it was so disheartening. Like I was like, seriously, a bank governor, they say this stuff? You know, waiting people get for realize nowadays, you know, the role of the bank governor, not to in the introduce policy, well, man will say they introduce policies because instead they introduce policies. But in your policy, them way it introduced now a reflection of the policy where the government kind of like they adopt. So in a like fly now so foot. Basically, it just kind of like they follow the so foot in a like fly. So waiting the government do in kind of like introduce a policy we're good for the country. So in other words, this is the reason, you know, I listened one interview a long time ago where this guy, the driver.
But the CashBox, now just interject quickly before you move any further.
Absolutely.
Somebody went Abbas all the way from Spain.
Yeah.
Say very, very pleased for see the SaLone CashBox today. So the first time we see you live.
Oh,
so
you.
And we got other people then please we'll continue for share. Don't double the numbers them. And you know, it's very, very good to get to brother at help we. But what I want to say, what I want to interject brother CashBox.
Yeah.
Because the bank governor say, if you don't know say the money get for shorting well ahead, and it puts in for the Leons well ahead. So, but wait, so is it also a responsibility for inform the government as well? Do the government get a role for play, or is it possible that if you don't inform Thomas Delarue well ahead, say one Leons Thomas Delarue and say we don't get the Leons within that time day, is there another alternative money printer there where we'll go to go print for money? These are these small questions because many people on social media are confused. They ask small question there.
Okay. Yeah, that's a very good question. You know, I was kind of like try for lay the premise So we will kind of like understand the role before I jump into it. But like, make I just answer your question directly. You know, the bank governor, there was like we not been get another alternative for make the bank governor able to print any money if it Thomas De La Rue no prints the money. No, we not be get that option there. But you see, like it is a very first, you know, SuperMed. The basic thing, first of, if let me one thing, I not even agree to the fact that we be need for print money. There was no need for make we print money in the first place. No need, no day for that. And I'll come for explain that why we not be even need for print money now we country. And for answer your question directly, the government not gets that opportunity there for print their own money if not Thomas De La Rue. Because remember, money that's in, if you see you begin to print time, you will begin to get fake one the way they on the market. So you have to be careful because there are specifications like Thomas De La Rue. For now, if you most of the time you will see say like where people in the print money, if you go to the shop and say some mango SD, although like now stores then they don't get a machine way, like you just they put them in, they know if not fake money. So we have to be careful. So like not to say the government is able buy the machine for print.
No, what I'm saying here, CashBox, what I'm saying, apart of Thomas De La Rue, is there another company? I not say this SaLone government, so is there another company, when an international company where they print money, where the government go able to contact because if Thomas De La Rue is so busy and so many other people they wait for when they print for them. Maybe they will say, okay, if they got that other person they print money, let me them first when they print for certain amounts because we cannot wait in the queue for long because we need the money urgently.
No, yeah. Look, obviously, in fact, other countries than they say in Africa, when they print their own money, other companies than they when they print money. Waiting at they say is this nothing, we're not, you know, just they wake up that net and say, no, we change the company or whatever. No. And SuperMed, we have to be careful now. And, you know, this is a very, very delicate issue where people need for know the background force before they feel saying that Thomas De La Rue now kind of like disappoint with. No, Thomas De La Rue not to like that tailor man where pray they don't come, it disappoint for so you pray they close. No, it is not like that. You know, the excuse where the bank governor give is say not because not COVID, if we don't order this money from June or whatever, it say like we didn't at the queue. No, look. SuperMed. In fact, this COVID-19 then give preference to like third world country then. So much so that if they know say this kind of like they affect lives in our country, then they push then they make we jump queue. But the point now is this. As I say, there was no need in the first place for make we print money. The need not be even arise. Why I say so? You know, SuperMed. When a country, now you see, before we kind of like get this cock up, I mean, it's time to talk about like the UK, where it be saying a quantitative easing and kind of like do and all that thing, and they not to say like when they say then go print money and quantitative easing the government and they print money, like they get this thing where it be say like then they kind of like release money in circulation. The central bank, you know, one thing the way they call like the central bank, they either buy bond or they sell bond. You know, for make it come to for like this print money, no say you don't destroy all money them, so you they go now for replace the old one the way you don't destroy, because like you know, especially we country market two man and go full money they tie and they so like sometimes they become rough, so it possible say like you just they replace the money. So printing of money not just kind of like the apple just like that. The way you just they wake up no morning you say make I go print money today. No, it doesn't work like that. The only time way sometimes like you go add to the money where they in circulation. The same way you do that, now when you country they grow. When you country they grow, you kind of like they say and say, okay, this not them. For instance, if you're not farmer, SuperMed, you don't see say the people when they can buy to you. The only time where you need additional land for extend your plantation. Now where people you demand for wait till you they produce, don't expand. So you go kind of like say, make a buy more land. For make a grow more agricultural produce them. You know what I mean? So the only time where a government require for print more money, now where you country they grow. That lead me for waiting the finance minister say. The finance minister tell we say, because of COVID, we economy contract. So now two reasons they make we print money. Firstly, if you kind of like you economy they grow, you go see and say we need more cash in circulation now the economy. And secondly, if the money then be destroyed, you kind of like they see and say, okay, now if you money on the pool, you say I destroy the money there, then I go print other money for replace them. So you not just they go print money.
Okay, but CashBox, let's just interject at that particular critical junction.
Yeah.
Because I like two things then. You say where your economy they grow, now one thing and because say you go need more cash and let it in circulation and one, then when the money pour and can tell and go destroy, print new money.
Yeah.
But the bank governor, one of the reasons where what people they talk about is that people then the money where is supposed for them in circulation be enough. He says so either people they own the money they keep them to themselves, they don't bring a kind of bank. But what again, the thing again where confuse people then he say they get forex money. Forex not a problem. So why would people want to keep the Leones? Because we know some people can keep money. Most business people so they keep money. Now the forex they keep the dollars, the pounds, whatever, and they keep. Because what you do the Leones, they will use them outside. Maybe the only time they will use them then Guinea, Liberia, and SaLone. So after a commodity, they will go use them. If they go to Dubai for go buy markets or China, and then they go use them. So that one back, be clear to people. If you get any, you able to go much but small like clarify them because many people get confused.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You see, SuperMed, look, this bank governor, honestly, I mean, when you listen to the guy properly, he's a frustrated man. He's very, very frustrated, but no one come out and tell we why they become frustrated. However, this thing start, if you remember before I talk, before we transfer now, I said something. The most powerful commodity, the most expensive commodity where a country go ever find. Now, that commodity of confidence. It is not your oil. It is not your diamond, your gold, your bauxite. It is confidence. The reason why we then at this situation for make like money done at the country, not to say money realistically done, as you say, people let hold the money. Not to say like money really done. But waiting the government, now I make like I say something. I make a prediction and I need to drift away. I come back to your answer. I make a prediction, say by April, with currency, with Leones, the value of Leones to the dollar, it get for kind of like go down bad one. If you don't take time, I make a prediction, say will Leones get for go, the exchange get for go at least by April, it get for go at least 12,000 Leones. And this is a prediction where I make now. I kind of like they say I'm with all confidence because I know exactly the old way with the jigsaw right now. Look, SuperMed, for make, as I say, a money in circulation, the only time where you print money, now where it be say, like two things, now two reasons for make you print money. You know they go print money because people hide them from you. No! That's not a solution. Printing money, like people hiding money. The solution to it is not printing more money because then they can lead to inflation. And the worst thing now with the bank governor don't do, it don't release back the dollar for come out. So guess what? Waiting here for can happen. People knowing that confidence, the most expensive commodity, confidence, is not in our country anymore. And I make the point, this confidence now due to like the political reason why confidence lack, the economical reason why confidence lack, the social reason why confidence lack. So when people can do this, like a complete mistake. You cannot say because people they hide money and go print more money. That it is so wrong. Waiting for people they can do now. Because they know say confidence not there in the system. Now what they can go do, then it don't release the dollar now. People and they can go buy dollar. And because they know say the dollar is a safe currency,
people then go buy the dollar now, then at the dollar now, then they can't keep. Then waiting we can see an influx of the Leones into a market. And then when the Leones become rampant, Boku, and remember, people then can release the money now. And then when they release the money, plus the one way the governor don't go print, they can jump body together, they all begin to dance, now the same pala. So big dance, na tight pala. Then waiting they can see now we can't see, like with Leones, they can depreciate massively. Because like too many money, then kind of like they chase too few goods. This is not the basic principle of inflation. And when inflation kick in, SuperMed, we they see like inflation and currency, they get a direct relationship. So what do you see when inflation kick in, the currency kind of like they depreciate. So this is the logic behind it. This now make the prediction. You cannot print money because you feel say people in the item. Waiting you for encourage as a bank governor now for make people and kind of like release the money. And one of the things now for make people and get confidence in the system. And waiting you go do, like, you know, look, I say something. When governments they want put money or release money from or to an economy, SuperMed, they use like a bond buying or a bond selling. So for instance, if me one kind of like as a government, a bank governor, if I want to make money flow in the market, I go buy bond. So the bond where they talk about now ordinary paper, it's just the right number say government or SuperMed. So you they give me that paper there, me the bank governor they release the money. So money they in circulation. Like when you see sitting on the tide.
Okay, for the CashBox, I just interject at that place point here. Thank you very much for that excellent explanation. The Fambulem, do you not continue for share this program? Because waiting the boy I don't talk this, so I don't learn so much. It's very critical because waiting the bank governor tell we and waiting the boy I don't can talk now. It don't clarify them so well. Because like what he said, the Leos they already in our country. If people then they owe themselves, they don't get no side for go with them. So then now SaLone they use that Leon's day. So it they already now the brother don't say if the bank governor say don't go print about 25 more million notes back, then they get for print another only get million notes. So all the money they get for Cam Jam, with this they also they all get for Cam Jam, the brother don't show we say this is cause massive inflation. And the brother also don't bring Cam a solution where he say instead of the bank governor for say okay for go print more money, if I don't decide say well let me sell bond, where the bond now paper. And through that way, the people then go come buy with the Leones, then go release the Leones, not the market. Again, brother CashBox, thank you very much for that excellent answer.
Well, that's the opposite because the one way they buy bond now where money not they not in circulation. So basically, like in the release money, but because in self not get the money. So if in field sell people and they owe the money, if we don't bring confidence in the market, so it is sell bond. When is
yes,
so people release their money.
And that point is clear for the CashBox.
Yes.
So that means in they sell the bond to the general population.
Yeah.
But when they sell them, people then go come with Leos for come buy the bond.
Yes.
When they give them paper.
Exactly. But people are only go do that when they trust the system. So this is not the reason we make us say the most expensive commodity in any country, it is confidence. I can only trust for buy bond now SaLone if I trust the system, because I trust the government say the government go able to pay me interest, because I go buy bond, so I buy bond from the government because the government get for pay me interest. I can only do that when there is trust, a mutual trust between the person and the government.
Okay, that's very very interesting points, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very interesting points. For we say where they do business, at least we learn from them serious points they are so tomorrow going forward. Because what about if I go buy bond at the bank, then Leos maybe go buy wheat, then suddenly the Leos in value fall. Even in payment interest, will I go loss or I go make money because we know say with currency sometimes they can fall in relation to the hard currency system. So is that another they create the non-confidence for the people because people will be worried oh well maybe the loans go fall if I go buy this bond just now me get for losses back even in payment interest. Is that the case?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Even now the developed economies them they get this thing where like the reason why people and way they buy or sell bond, why make them concerned about inflation? Because they get this thing where the real yield. In other words, like when they talk about yield, like now the return where you get from your bond. So beaucoup people and they where they buy bond, because like they kind of like get this if inflation kick in, even the interest rate that they get from the bond no mean nothing, because inflation don't eat all thing. So people and they were kind of like, now make inflation very, very important when somebody they buy bond. But you see this now, they go back to the point that waiting this guy they do so for go print more money, cause more inflation. People will not have confidence for buy SaLone bond, because the real yield, the real return when they get from the bond, it is negative. This now, you know, how this guy can tell we say he's a professor, he don't teach now like na university in America. Sometimes I can ponder on this and say, for God's sake, what do you they think? Me not a professor, I don't get PhD, like, you know, like as you see, like the flyer where you put, you just make, I mean, the family, first of all, SuperMed, I go pick picture on my Facebook page. I did not send it to him. To what anyway, somebody say, "Oh, this is a man."
Okay, I must accept, absolutely. Let me pick that picture. Well, like CashBox, but on a serious note, you know, you mentioned earlier on, say the bank governor not begin release the dollar. So this dollar, the reserve where the central bank gets in a SaLone, not so.
Yeah. Yes.
So releasing that dollar, is it selling it for Leons or waiting so that it will give businessman and forget Leons, or what's in the reason for do that?
Remember now a desperate measure. You know, SaLone people, the problem we get in that country today. This guy at times it annoy me. A bank governor. The term, you remember, he been tell people and say, people, he been squeeze the dollar, where he say people not be supposed for kind of like all more than $10,000 or so. So waiting happen, people are kind of like begin stop for buy the dollar and make the dollar like become very, very scarce. So then now, like the dollar be kind of like day at the central bank, where it make them a squeeze them. So waiting people and do now, people are kind of like get at the Leons, they know they spend them in the economy. Trust me, SuperMed, the money they actually did in SaLone. You know, they any side. And watch, you know what people in the do now? You see one clever thing where people in the do now. I don't know if you don't ever experience this. Most of we were then at the diaspora. You know what people in SaLone they tell we now? Say, especially the one that we be doing here. Then they tell we say, oh, if you want send money, put some na my accounts na ya, and they give somebody. I mean, they give the person where you want give na SaLone. This now all way for make people they kind of like more they launder with money in that country. This is money laundering where people and they take notice of. I don't know if you've experienced this, but I have experienced it. Like somebody go tell me say, oh, you want to send money? Look, this person not a legal money sender, but they can tell me say, oh, if you want to send money, just put the money in my account now. Yeah, me they give the Leons to the person na SaLone. This na a very clever way where people in the launder with money right now na SaLone, but people do not take notice of it. But if you ever go back to your question, if you remember a few months ago, this guy can jump and tell we say, oh, you know it's in the dollar. If we catch anybody, nobody know for all more than 10,000. So it make people like the people and begin to squeeze. This now it make people and begin squeeze their Leons now. Okay, say anyway, let we hold on to the Leons. When we squeeze and say it go release them. Now, desperate measure, it just can jump back and release the dollar for make people and begin to buy the dollar the more. So waiting people in the beginning do now, they wonder whether odd the Leons, then be they wait for this opportunity. Because they not say, they may not say a big risk because the Leons not worth anything. So what they can do now, you are making people that can run for can go buy the dollar now. Now they hold the dollar because the dollar is a safer currency. So straight away, with Leons, they can be like rubbish. If we not take them, now we country, we go turn Zimbabwe.
Wow. And again, one thing where some economists like you always they talk, because SaLone, now most of the transaction them, now cash transaction. Because if like then consider the diaspora, most of the people really know they actually hold cash. Most now like plastic card, no more than bank card them. So now payment after payment, you know they actually see the cash. Now just you plastic card where they deal with. So that they make say the back then they hold most of the cash. Why say and you know people them all thing past and go buy with their own physical cash. This now another problem. Not to so if you say when they make bank they face that kind of problem, how people they hold the cash.
Absolutely, SuperMed. That is like a major problem. But you see, we've been on that situation there for years, year in, year out. We've been in that situation there, and this was a golden opportunity for a rebirth of another way where we transact with business and transact like we petty trade in another country. This was an opportunity, right? Like, you know, in a platter of gold, nine and give this governor so, but if it missed the opportunity, why I say so? And this is not the reason we make us say there, I mean, so many ways then been there for remedy this particular situation. If even let we agree, say money be shorting. We've been waiting for Thomas De La Rue. Thomas De La Rue kind of like fail we. Thomas De La Rue, now that tailor man we disappoint we on trade day. Let we agree. Where we agree. The one thing where this bank governor for don't do, if simply don't kind of like, look, everybody in SaLone right now, majority of people they use Airtel money, then they use AfriCell money. Waiting this bank governor for don't do, for make it see people and go queue in a bank. First of all, but people will get bank account, they get Airtel money. In fact, people and they say if we don't get bank account, we get Airtel money. From June, the moment you don't notice this, way from the October 10, if you don't build infrastructure in place for make people and they kind of like do business with Airtel money. So if you say somebody get money in a commercial bank, all waiting you need for do, just transfer an Airtel money. Simple. So waiting that person they do, the small money when we get in circulation, that's it now. If we ration them, for me understand, see and say, okay, because that woman at Congo markets na doff cut, no they accept Airtel money. Let we kind of like bull cash, so you go able to go buy pepper, you go able to go buy yabas, Maggi, na market. But when you want go, since you want go buy soft drink, you want go even yabas my bag, go na Freetown supermarket, go na Choice Ram supermarket, and use you Airtel money. So waiting the Apple, when we go na Choice Ram, and they give them me Airtel money, the simple thing what they do, then they transfer money from your account into like Choice Ram the account. Simple. This could have been an option. So SuperMed, we get them win a voucher. Now they country there. This now we can say this could have been an opportunity for make we kind of like come out from that cash economy. Then we begin to go slowly into like electronic kind of like. But the bank governor always is say when money no day in no day. Is that a responsible bank governor? Can you imagine for me you begin say you say SuperMed, daddy, I want it. Then you begin to tell her and say, when money no day, in no day, there is nothing I can do. Is that a responsible dad?
Well, exactly. So upon that particular question, I want all people the low bill up to 100, 200 people at the chat room, please, because we discuss some very, very important issues in ASU. Because this thing is money business, and where the bank governor was resound, like what you say no more, it basically say, well, money no day, that's like giving up, saying, okay, either them print for who money come, or maybe mid-January or maybe mid-March. So the thing not then and again. So what about the civil servant and the employees them of the government? For instance, policeman them, teacher them. What thing go happen when them reach this stuff for men and pay them? We say them go put the money up. We not just give them a voucher if they want spend go buy it, how they go use them? Because I know as I'm speaking now, they say people can go like if you get 5 million. If you want to go withdraw, maybe not 2 million money go give you. And if you know you do your building, you do your work, that you work non-stop. So what would be the remedy here?
Well, SuperMed, now this I've been saying. You know, imagine if you've been a Belos, you want to go buy material. That shop where they sell iron rod and you know, like cement and all that thing. These people get account. These people know about Airtel money. You know, this bank governor, if not be any civilized. I will use the word civilized because like SaLone people, like I say, we civilized, but we're not. If not be any civilized society, this bank governor, you know, they sleep that job day. Because December now the most productive month now we country. You know, almost people, you almost revenue this government got all loss from GST, from corporation tax, from like
duties and
all that thing, because in terms some people and they will be supposed to employ way for be pay tax into the system. You know, most money we got all lost as a result of this thing where this decision where it makes. So this guy for don't make sure say no December we cannot let we cannot kind of like let loose of regard. Let we make sure say we allow the same money we be the generate. Let we generate them this December. So if we don't begin the planning self, put things in place. They say keep tick behind the month for the day where you never don't go crazy. If the la Ruby don't crazy, if we don't keep tick behind with the month, we don't find another alternative solution. And this guy, how you go sit down can tell we say where money no day. Like the civil servant, they will be supposed to kind of like go buy soft drink for them picking them. I remember them days when December back in the camp. So tell like where if now we 6 days now also people to go buy kind of like soft drink, we shave and for all man kind of then when they come, you know, you for don't go buy soft drink and kind of like make sure say like the economy they move because we they generate money. How you know go kind of like say you know okay, waiting at the order, waiting at the plan B. Let me think about say peradventure. So almost they like SuperMed. This the part of the world where they live as a manager, elect something consistently, kind of like they flow the right way. You for always get plan B as a manager. Always. Because you get for the thing, say, what if? That question they always get for the play, be back of your mind, say, what if? And this what if, like, not to be seen, maybe not be rocket science. We don't even make sure say the bank produce like a voucher, for instance, when a barcode, where certain people and they go out there and use them for spend. Almost them like people and they will give you gift voucher, SuperMed. They'll give you gift voucher where you to go spend in a store. This now, like I say, it was an opportunity for make SaLone move away from this cash economy a little bit. And not for me say like now a sustainable thing going forward, but we don't move away from them a little bit. But this guy sit down and boldly they tell we say, we money no day, there is nothing they can do.
Okay, thank you very much for that CashBox. Let's just read some few comments the way people they send in the chat line. We get somebody, Mr. Bangua, say, why do you think you are right? How can you solve the problem if you stop shouting? Okay. Valerie Williams said, they will have to buy it at a high rate or not spend the money which will keep making the Leones less in value. These people shot themselves in the foot. Somebody else said, could money laundering be taking place? That's in relation to people who they keep money. Mutual trust between the bank and the buyers of bond, okay. And the bank governor get book like 8, but you know get experience. Somebody saying here, this is Fatma Bakar and Abdul Mikalu said, let's forget about the current bank governor and look for bank from ending of the rebel war in 2018. Where did our post-government left our economy, GDP, and what's the main, okay, this, kind of clear. Dolly said, Miss Williams, if you can make sense, instead of crying down someone who is trying to give his idea to our country, to the country problem. Okay, somebody try to respond. Yep, I want to thank you very much. The comments and plenty. I just managed to go through a few of them. But again, Brother CashBox will tell you thank you plenty. And really, what will they do, so ladies and gentlemen? Now, good thing for we, below we discuss them here, we get people them, we get the expertise where they explain to we from different points of view. Because me says the way I read the interview from the bank governor, Radio Democracy, I'm kind of baffled because of the thing to me not make sense. It not really makes sense. I demand that say, well, if we get enough Leones, other Leones will just disappear. We know we're not going to take and can't go keep other bank like if a dollar disappear or a pound disappear, people go understand. Say, okay, people they go keep them now abroad. But the Leones, nobody no go keep her abroad. So the Leones has to be within the country. It there within the country. So like when the boy don't highlight no more. Now they go print another 25 million notes. We go for go print another 100 million notes. So the Leones they can go just to flood the market. And again, ramification, like when the brother say, the loans go begin to value back, and that's not good because with people the way they earn, then salary stagnates. So whenever there is huge inflation, for don't people and one nobody's bread and butter issue, all man they say they can't dry. So this is not the first segment of what we go for discuss today, and we'll not finish this topic yet, but we want to link them to the next topic. With all these challenges, obviously the bank governor they work for the government, and with all these challenges, so we get. We see a press come out from an organization and call themselves Africanist Press. When they say the president and the first lady, and travel the way it gets, where go Guinea, go Ivory Coast, and all what he do, he travel cost, and everywhere involved, he spent the SaLone government Guiam more than 5.2 billion euros, when over $500,000 US. How does that relate? Now, so the country they spend money because some of we will not be known and say they were kind of confused. We remember say SaLone a poor country. How we go afford for give presidents for travel no more expenditure inside 1 month no more? We get over $500,000. Does that make any sense to you? Or now so the country supposed to spend money? But a CashBox, please clarify that side, but maybe you go get an idea.
You see, like I will respond to like the first question where you be the read, but like I can't remember what exactly the person been they say, and I think somebody asked the question waiting now money laundering before I come to this whole point about this 520,000 US dollars. I mean, like within the say money laundering, like it just start like within the say you dey wash your money. In other words, dirty money you dey try for WhatsApp. So, you know, like when they say you do laundry, well, I don't know, like part of like, we were here washing machine right now, you know, or if now we be the kind of like use the stone there for knock with clothes there for make them clean. Basically, you try for knock the clothes or you put on a washing machine where it don't dirty for washing, and you can wash your money like different way, like just like I say so. The money laundering where they are the suspect they go on right now, like certain people and they where they come meet me say, oh, like I get somebody will go give you Leones if you put the money in my account now. That is like a very cunning way. If like that could be, and I'm not saying that all man they do that too, because man a genuine business they do they, but it just one kind of like get like a foreign currency. Again, it goes back to like the old confidence thing. And somebody asked the question back, say, how we go trust vouchers them or something like that. You know, look, it is not, like I say, it could have been an option if only we regulate them very, very well. Because like, I'm just saying that could be an option. But the one thing way for me definitely don't be an option now Airtel money, because we don't say it function well. So that could have been a very, very good option for the predicament we kind of like face with in December, because it costs we a lot as a country. And I will be curious if not been tell we Dr. Jiba will be in the camp and tell we almost we collect, like I've been curious for kind of like know exactly almost we collect in December compared to previous Decembers then. Anyway, so like I will just say for kind of like say the few things there. SuperMed, you know, like 120,000 US dollars, 5.2 billion for give to like a president, where it be say the people in that country they suffer, not get money at all. You know, sometimes I'm not able to understand, you know, the leg way like we government official and can stand on. I'm not able to understand if they don't get shame. You know, now I make, to be honest, me don't conclude with Madabio. I don't really kind of like say and say, you know, it's in, like, you know,
What's your brother CashBox? Before going any further,
yeah,
that 5.2 billion,
yeah,
is it not over $500,000?
Yeah, 520,000, yeah,
yes,
$500,000, yeah, 520,000 US dollars, yeah.
okay.
million. It's about $500,000 US. You know, imagine, SuperMed, this is just for December. Just for December, we didn't give this man for go spend. Can you imagine? You know, honestly, SuperMed, we country, you know, like we did in a big mess where we're not able to understand. It take me back, you know, I mean, I talked to somebody today, we tell me, say, you know, like during the APC, the NPRC days, it said this is exactly what's been they go on. It say like this government then just feels say anytime when they desperately they in need of money, like then just they go now the central bank for go take money there. Like and if you remember, Madabio gets an history where it always feels say central bank, you know, and this not because of waiting Samuel Kamara say. Even Tijankaba, I remember like a boy growing up, like I remember when Tijankaba crying at television, say Madabio clear the whole Bank of Sierra Leone. What to me say? I wish like people have be fan like that, but I sure say go dinner SLBC or SLBS or something like that. Because like Tijankaba literally cry. And waiting me to go on the NPRC days, any side and watch these governments now, it's the same thing that they do. Any side when a revenue generation unit, like the Port Authority, the NRA, any side, waiting then they do, then they go request for money. Then. So like if Madabio need money, then just they go like na port and say, una can give me money. This is not exactly what the NPRC been they do. And look, for make people in that country, they're not able to get enough money. Not able to get enough money. I mean, imagine. Then the worst thing, going back to the bank governor in talk, how the bank governor announcing money not in the country, then the minister then find them say it necessary for make them be they enjoy the time then at Moyamba, Kenema, Makeni, Pujeu, and Kaila, all these things. Why do you do that? SuperMed, the simple thing, the simple example, in the UK, people are going to say, oh, not compare the UK. When Boris Johnson be ready for go sign the Brexit, they not call Parliament back. Imagine.
Absolutely, yes, they did.
This was an emergency situation for many people where una the serve not get money for spend during Christmas. Una for me don't opt for call back una cabinet for find a solution to this problem. But nothing not come out today. This now make at the talk say, then they take the people in for granted. Why Madam for border? Because in gets in 5.2 billion anyway where it enjoy with him picking. Who cares? I don't care about una. Me just they do me thing. Me, as long as me get money where the Minister of Finance make available to me, I do not care. This is how irresponsible.
Like, what I want to ask, what make they ask for the money they so?
Yeah.
Is there a recourse where they go ask? Although yes, president, maybe the commissioner, the anti-corruption commissioner, not go for ask or anything. But what about the parliamentarians? They say, Papa President, we not say yes, you get for travel, you get for spend, you wave. But according to the country, it means the country not get better money, the country they struggle, people they suffer. We feel say this amount where they give for travel, the parliament will ask for accounts, how you go travel. I mean, you go Ivory Coast, you go Guinea, you went to Gabon. How should that come to $500,000 with your expenditures? How should that come to $500,000?
Look, SuperMed.
I mean, yes, I mean,
it is crazy. If you remember, this is the very precedent we request for make the not audit in expenses, for making audits not subject to audit. Do you remember? So for me, this thing not a surprise to me. You go say yes, the parliament for call them and ask them. Look, who that gets the mind? You parliamentarian. If you talk there first of all, and then parliamentarian and no integrity. Like talking about Honorable Givaro. Like even Honorable Tawa, where people in the club for so they like it today. Honorable Tawa will tell you, say, oh, you know, now people in the sabotage the president in plan for fight corruption. Are you stupid, Honorable Tawa? You feel, say, if this president will come and tell we say, like where Chief Minister thief 1.5 million, he said that the man in political baptism. Then are you they tell me, say, this president really want to fight corruption, but are the people and where they work behind them, not the help him? Are you serious? As a leader, now you they allow people and behind you for me to sabotage you? Then it means you're not a good leader. So not tell me that story. So like for me, you tell me, say, parliament, they kind of like, they will call, The parliamentarian, they all afraid the president, like I said, now the president's now all the breathing machine. The moment it turn them off, you are dead. This is exactly what they go on our country. And I mean, for parliament don't mean nothing to me. Because the parliamentarian first when they raise that motion, they first of all, well, then they find either they kill him or if he then a SLPP, they come like it just like when they do Gevao. Like Gevao now not so even honorable anymore. So right now, it depends bell for make them make him honorable back for make them name him and like because they strip him off because of what he talk. Where he talks a parliament corrupt. So there is no way then parliamentarian they talk. But this is not the very precedent we say enough for audit expenses. So how we expect this man for realistically tell we what he spend? Look at it, first class as a president going to Gabon. Like waiting you go to Gabon, we don't know. Going to Ivory Coast, going to because Ghana now inside January you go. Like tell me how it will go to 5 million. And this $500,000 dollars not include the minister they No, now just waiting in spend.
You mean the first lady, I think it was.
Exactly, here in the first lady. Just here in first lady. $500,000. You know, where I can talk, the guy where gets Tesla, one of the richest man now in the world, Elon Musk. This guy, a mortgage where they pay for in us. This not us. Now about $500,000. This same amount. Waiting, we own president spend per cham. Now because that's what I go say. This guy in us. This is not one of the richest man them in the world.
In fact, he's the richest man now. We sell, I think,
okay. Exactly. So, like, yeah, I did not follow that. This na guy, the richest man, just like what you say, Elon Musk. But yet still, you know, when they spend 500,000 now on us, and then they say, wait to make it spend and so now because he wants to have to pay off in us quick. A mortgage where they pay 500,000 for month. We own president now, not to better thing put now for just in cham where we go na junction like wait because that's what I go say where we go every coast I will call a junction where we go na junction this na the money them where in petty money them now I spend 500,000 for so see you know now this I can talk say where country get free money you now no not take responsibility of it at all. You say Elon Musk go spend stupid money like that where a big say like a money where it go take like for make you see Tesla because now in they make Tesla now in the CEO na Tesla like and for make it make Tesla now big debt now it go take for make Tesla reach now this level. So you feel say it go spend foolishly, you feel say it go thief in money because it knows it get for pay in creditors them. But we can't see now free money we get. So who cares? And they spend them any hour where I feel for spend them. Because like we don't care.
Okay, let's just play the devil's advocate for the president and the first lady. Maybe entry trip and they for go Ivory Coast, for go Guinea, for go Gabon, maybe does he have to forget a chartered flights or how much that could cost? Because I still like back contemplate the figure because the thing is SaLone is a poor country. In fact, one of the poorest countries among the poorest countries then. And for the president, he's silent travel, they don't use that kind of money there. So what they travel thing now for the whole year, when you think say that money there, people will think say, well, what about Amos clinic and village clinic them? Who say belle woman and go born Pekin? Where then go use that money for maybe they go build quite a lot of clinic and if not up to them 5 safe, where they go decor nice, put nurse in there, put a clinician in there, we go look after them belle woman and go born in Pekin safely. So I mean, the looks of it to the ordinary SaLonians, when I see them, I'm kind of baffled. I'm trying for defend the president and first lady and the government, but it doesn't look good. I mean, maybe you can able to elaborate. Is there any way to defend it? I mean,
look, SuperMed, there is no defense to that. I can tell you this plainly. You know, when you somebody let me look at this. SuperMed, you go left, you picking, no getting for it. You go buy Aston Martin. You go buy Ferrari, where you picking, you not even get bread for it now us.
Brother Cashbox, I just
Yeah.
only quickly, I want to clarify something I seen at the chat room.
Yeah.
Somebody when it's time for talk, say Elon Musk go pay a mortgage and 500,000. I think the possible fee say you talk and say they pay a monthly. Is that and the all and the value of the house?
Yes.
The value of the house and the 500,000. Not so monthly,
Yes.
what they pay monthly.
No,
And the whole house in value. And this are
No,
the
no, 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 not on the value of the also. Now a monthly mortgage. You search on it, search for them. It is on the internet.
So now 500,000 US dollar for the monthly mortgage.
A monthly mortgage.
How much does the house cost then?
Oh my God, it's billions. Yeah. You just search them. And what he do, it kind of like they pay them like because it no one take long time for pay them. Just search a normal like Elon Musk monthly mortgage. It was 500,000 for months. This guy been the pay for a monthly mortgage.
But maybe so say 1 PM within 2, 3 years or 5 years.
Impossible. Yes, impossible. But again,
because again,
it was a very expensive.
So recently, I think one time ago in London, there was a building in London at the West End when they sell and say what about almost £3 billion.
Yeah.
This could be something like that. And when they talk about the richest possible.
Oh God, like maybe since I'll find out for you and send them. A monthly mortgage was $500,000 a month. I'm not kidding. So Mario emphasized that yes, it is a monthly mortgage, 500,000. There is no way Elon Musk they buy Oswin at 500,000. The guy is, I mean, being the richest man, how you go buy Oswin at 500,000? That's like a very
okay. Thank you very much. Hold on, clarify that point. I hope say the possible maybe they ask. You don't hear it from the Aussie Smart himself. But again, we never try for talk say. Me want to defend the president because I don't know how the president, maybe on a president, he need to get all the best luxury, he need to get all the best luxury. But also they contemplate, say, the country where the president they govern, where they rule, when we country in Sierra Leone, we in a proper country where we get plenty things what we need. Like where I give the example just now, say, even 5 districts them, you able to build clinic them, where you go able equipped, you put nurse in there and everything, and get Bele woman for the go born there safely. So I remember if I'm in that position of the president, maybe I would choose for do that, or instead for spend by this money. Maybe what are the benefits? Like what be asking you, what's in the explanation the president and government will come up with where go convince the and say this money is well spent.
Well, look, Superman. Now the simple to you talk. So now I ask the question: say, would you leave your kids wanting bread at home and then decide for go buy Ferrari? You wouldn't. And the point where you talk so say, oh, since in a private jet, AI and all that thing. I remember a few years back where it be say the president of Tanzania, it kind of like go sit on an economy seat na airplane with the people them. People are all begin to say, oh, look, the president's go do that. And in the Madabio, I think there was one time where it won for fake we. So look, then if you know say you country, you know better, look, before you go buy Ferrari, when you begin another bread for it, and you feel say motokana a necessity, all you can do, just try for say, okay, make I go buy me like second-hand motorcar first, where they can go from point A to B until I sort myself out. You can't not get that money. And secondly, the point where you talk about certain AI flights or whatever, where an office said there is a need for it, because when you care about your people, as I say, where the relationship I give with you, Pekin and Ferrari, like when you care about your people, you don't even go higher flights. But Superman, if even you go higher a flight, their flights there, their charter flight there, almost you go there, $40,000. Then we assume, say, for 3 flights, $40,000. That's $120,000. Then we assume, say, that 3 countries they may go, like Ivory Coast, Gabon, and Guinea. Then we assume that. That's still enough for support for take we to $500,000. No, that's way too hard. Then you get chartered flights, then it's now 40,000. You go kind of like charter them for. Why even can we go to 5? But even if you can do that, do you not see the need for like a hospital? You don't see the need for make picking them kind of like get table and chair. You see a video, Superman. Up till now, within the time we say this is not free education. You get people that we don't see, we don't picking, we don't pass back here. where right now they want to go to school, then people and they go pay about the minimum when they pay 700,000 for get admission at the school. Even though they pass, they get a mark for the school, then they go kind of like ask them for pay a minimum of 700,000. Is that free education? This money go don't kind of like be a very, very good worthwhile money for picking their lives, picking the way they rights na grown. You for don't buy table for them if you concern before you go take chartered flight. Because you can still take like first class.
Yeah, thank you very much. Again, family, I want to thank you plenty. You are patient. We almost going at the last segment of the program. We're not going done this program as the new year starts. We don't get it board and I we're not church again, but they just concluded 2019 audit report. This report, where the CashBox don't come out, plenty people don't comment on them. But now what you will see, people themselves now certain circle they say, well, these reports where they mention that timber business, where evidently the financial statement saying by cubic feet they sell the timber, and even go to parliament. And again, these are experts and people who are doctor them, who are plenty clever people. Now that all mistake there, people are saying, well, not the auditor general in fault. But what I'm saying here is, if the finance ministry don't make that finance act day, then it have to go through the whole cabinet. Then it not stop it go to parliament. Parliament to come, parliament ratify them before they send them to president, before president sign them. If all of those people are wrong, so why on man they say, well, wait so now the auditor general for don't know say yes, now by container they sell, not to buy cubic feet as well as it supply gear. So while you go more again, maybe you go able to clarify again to Fambulen. May they know this timber business, because this timber business, people are really curious. Because this is the way people are saying no Sabiam, and this is looking like it's going to millions and millions of dollars. And also, we know what the timber they cost now in country, plenty deforestation. So people they say, but if they go suffer all the penalty there, it go better let the country benefit somewhat from that particular sale. But now there is so many confusion about them. You about that CashBox, what you got more in your own perspective of how you don't find out what you know about this issue also?
Oh God, SuperMed. You know, I love this particular topic, and I don't know how long it will take me for explain this for my people really able you know, understand me and not to say something a lot.
I'll take your time now. We're gonna the last segment.
Like,
take your time.
You know, one thing first of all, I know they feel sorry at all for Lara. I know they feel sorry for him way than they have a go at him, and people can get right for have a go at him. And there has been so many negligence from Lara, you know, even with the COVID fund, the way he audit, you know, like even in conference, I come to the timber team and I can't explain them for me people able me your understanding and surely me your understanding is correct. I want kind of like just say that it is correct, like waiting I can't say, but now me like because people like will see and say like, you know, it's in this that but where he kept it on and so like I will believe him anyway, but I want to make people believe me on this. But the reason why I need to feel sorry for Lara, the press conference we didn't get I think 2 days ago, something the way it do, where they show we receipts them, they show we delivery notes and all that thing that day. You know, even that in itself, it blatantly show massive corruption and lies and deceit inside the receipt. But it also show, say, Lara and auditors them way they send to them people there, not to in the Lara, because let me get some right, not to send a Lara in self the good day. But it is send people them where they go audit. But now in get the responsibility for review and audit. You have to do like a review exercise. So like all the ultimate fault, blame rests now in shoulder. When you look at the receipts them where they show we now in press conference, and this is something where I want to do an audio stuff today, but you know, like sleep pass by me. So like, you know, Saturday I can use them for me. So like sleep pass. But when you look at that when they show with the receipts, like in the deputy auditor general, let me kind of like the show we prove, because it wants to try to expose the anti-corruption guy in a very clever way, the most dodgy anti-corruption guy I don't ever see in my life. Oh God, the guy is terrible. The guy is terrible. I'm telling you, like this guy defend. If I just talk briefly about him, he defend like the laptop them. He defend the generator. The disgraceful thing when this guy talk about this generator. Like imagine the generator, the Chinese embassy puts, they say now 50 kVA. They put it on their website. The minister of health, Alpha Wuri, signed say he received 50 kVA generator. Then tell we say then transfer the generator go na Zimi. Then when they go na Zimi, then see 65 kVA generator did. Then the auditor then say, no, not to this we they look for. We they look for 50 kVA generator. The anti-corruption guy, I get a video because they just cut that side because we go na 98.1. When this anti-corruption guy, they tell we say, oh, like now miss for put the quotation now the generator. The generator really not be supposed to get 65 kVA. It be supposed, but when you watch inside the generator, can you imagine? This guy they like Pawiso. Tell we say when you watch inside the generator, you see the 50 kVA there. Then when it comes to the laptop, them this guy they tell we say the laptop them be already there na the office there. You know, SuperMed, when you look at this receipt, because they show we the receipts then at the screen, they tell we who's the dodgy thing begin play. SuperMed, if I can buy something to you, as soon as I buy something to you, I forgive you an invoice. Or if you can buy something to me, as soon as you buy me that thing there, I forgive you an invoice. Waiting and do, then tell we say the delivery note, the goods receipt note. In other words, where I go deliver the thing to you, you just the tick what you receive from me. The date where they receive the thing them, now the 3rd of April 2020. When the auditor general can show you the receipts back, it tell we say they raise the invoice, that's the post where they go buy onto. Now the 17th of May 2020, how May delivery date go be earlier than the invoice date? And yes, it's possible. But the only time where that's the happen, I for not issue a pro forma invoice. So I for not issue a pro forma invoice, and even the pro forma invoice, when it come for make I do, because pro forma invoice now when say urgent one, I want something desperately, and I want to make sense, it goes through the process for like for approval. So I raise quick one, like pro forma invoice basically mean like quick urgent invoice. So then suppose we don't issue that. This now also the dodgy thing begin to play. Then the total money we then be supposed to pay for their laptop there now $635 million. Sorry, 635 million leons. Waiting then do now. The receipt, the invoice we then show. Don't wait now the quotation and tell we say 635 million leons, excluding VAT or excluding GST as the Nicola and SaLone. 635 million, excluding VAT or GST. But the invoice we then can send to the government, to NACOVAC, the thing now about 609 million, I think, 609 million. Hold on. The person where we go buy the laptop to, this person is supposed to pay VAT. We supposed to pay because the quotation not include VAT. So by the way, 100 million, because now 15% now in our VAT na SaLone with GST. So when you do 15% of 635 million, it's supposed to give you something close to 100 million leons. So the total invoice where the person will go buy this thing to, and the person will buy into, I think now House of Electronics or something like that. The person will go buy into the money where we for pay them for include VAT, if for include GST. So the total money where we for don't pay this guy for don't be 735 million. But you know this government and fiscal win a full. The invoice where the guy sent now 609 million. But you know, this is not the dodgy thing where, but this guy, this anti-corruption guy, he go back and back the government say the laptop them exist. But anyway, SuperMed, that would be like a separate thing. Make a come to this timber thing. SuperMed, the timber thing, this 5.5 billion, it don't exist. It don't exist. But I tell you one thing, these governments play game from people in a SaLone. They turn with coconut aid, they turn the parliamentarian them as coconut aid. They turn the people in the SaLone as coconut aid. How a finance act will be written and read by the Sajusu. Sajusu, remember the Minister of Information, we don't call him the Ben Bernanke of SaLone. Ben Bernanke now be the former bank governor, Fed chairman in America. Like with Minister of Information, you know, say then Sabi talk. He say Sajusu now be in the Ben Bernanke of SaLone. Sajusu go to write Finance Act. Matthew Dinjiwena, the Deputy Financial Secretary, they all go to help for write them. They don't read them. The Finance Minister don't read them. They all don't help for write them. Then it go to the cabinet. Who say the most powerful people away from say we land book Professor Francis, something Francis, Chief Minister. These are all clever people. They all know pick say this Finance Act be wrong. Then it come out, it go to the cabinet, who say full of technocrats, full of doctors, PhD holders. They none of say the Finance Act be wrong. Then it come out, it go to Parliament. Who say Abbas Bundu Day, where in fact people in the talk say na land book pass all the SaLone man them. Abbas Bundu, all that one day a jump am. They no pick the Finance Act. The only time we pick up, then after they don't do the Finance Act, we they export timber them back every day or every week or every month. No, I mean, we don't know the frequency of it. We they export timber them, but yet still we they record them back. Now, how they call it the system self within the Asikuda or something like that. We they record the timber them where we they export. Then we they pay money back into like the consolidated fund. All them things there we they do them every week or every month.
But CashBox, I just want to interject in that quickly. Because one thing where we SaLonians them, we're very clever, we would learn book and everything, but we not can read. Don't you think when they don't draft that thing there, it's possible say that cabinet so go just turn to okay, that's it. Then they go to Parliament back. Some parliamentarian there go just turn that one day because of incompetency. Now it made this big mistake happen.
No, and look, it is incompetence, but Mike, I'll tell you one thing. The finance ministry, they knew about this thing. There is no way I convince say they no. Because you know why Mike I emphasize say they know? A person will say the cabinet, then just flip through. They did not read it. I agree with that. A person will say even the parliamentarian them, but even where they say so, now because of incompetence for make the cabinet and Usai lawyer then they back way the attention to details supposed for be spot on, they miss up. These are all incompetent. But let me give them for the benefit of the doubt. Don't give them the benefit of the doubt and say yes, they miss up. But for me, you know, say the finance ministry knew about this because they get a system when the Asikuda system. It is record. So basically, that's when you set up. It sets you up the price per timber, right? Then if you export one timber, it just they say the price times the number of timber where you export. So let me say if now 2,500 according to where the mistake where they make, if now 2,500 per timber. So if they export like 2 timber, so the Asikuda system, they tell you say they don't generate 5,000 leons. It's as simple as that. So the moment you don't know say the Asikuda system don't record 5,000 leons and you receive 500 leons, straight away you for don't spot them say, oh, something is wrong. So straight away, therefore don't correct them. So no way. This person they tell me say the finance ministry don't know waiting them they do. But because they be know waiting them they do, they no say, you know, big fat money they pan the thing, they left and so for left and for make Lara kind of like they set trap for Lara go inside the trap. Why I say Lara go inside the trap? Lara been get the opportunity.
Again, brother CashBox, before we jump into Lara in segment safe, this could be a sackable offense because of gross incompetence. For make this go there, that means say you only do your job. You know sabi your job because like when you say no more, they know what tell me say, hey, they don't pay you 5,000 no, but I get that 500 more me receive. I go say, hey, well, how comes them pay me 5,000 or 500 me receive? So the opportunity was there. Absolutely. Let somebody go able to pick them up and no say, no, this is wrong here. Wait, so now they say I don't pay me 5,000, but me now 500 me they receive. So something is wrong here. And if people are not able to pick them up for that long. Like what you say, many people in the finance, like when they give the benefit of the doubt to the parliamentarian, the other cabinet members, because maybe they go lazy and they just not look through. But the people who they work at the finances, the chiefs, the I call it financial sector and all this, they should have picked this up.
Absolutely.
And the money when they come in, again, but a cash box, does they go that we own central bank, not also they go? So the bank government say for nobody money, is that not so?
Well, now of course, the consolidated, well, now these are the same. Let me say the bank government and the money in they look at, waiting cap inside and just they try for manage the country economy. But the person where boku people and they wait for to identify this. First, the finance minister, because according to your budget, did you put like 5 billion? Because when you calculate your budget, it means the finance minister not even know how to draw a budget. Because when you draw a budget, you be supposed to don't calculate the timber money inside your budget. And interestingly, SuperMed, if you go now the audit report, like because the audit report, the auditor generally produce an account, and they compare the budget versus the actual. In 2019, the finance minister not even budget for the timber, and not even budget for the timber at all. Don't you think them way? They signed them day before but we still know they see them as people, the people in SaLone they see them. And like when you try for say them thing, there are people and kind of like they kind of like have a go at you and say, oh, wait till you they try for talk. But the guy no budget the thing inside in budget for 2019. And then the finance minister supposed to don't pick this because if you notice, say, oh, the Asikuda system, like every system gets to be reconciled. Every system should and must be reconciled. So if you know, say you as Asikuda system, they tell you send a 5,000 loans, like record day, but you don't receive only 500, straight away from the very first sale of Witimba, person for don't pick up the difference and say, no, let me go correct and straight away. But they didn't because they no say something. Now, at the come to the calculation, where it be say, liar, waiting liar for don't do straight away. Yes, you accept because first of all, 5.5 billion, it is unrealistic for we country. $5.5 billion, it is so unrealistic because we economy, we SaLone GDP for a year now 3.5 billion. So there is no way, and we know say timber are not only one of the major factors that they contribute to the GDP. So like there is no way timber will be 5.5 billion. However, Lara been getting responsibility. It accepts say the Finance Act was wrong. Waiting if we don't be, and I think me and you two talk about this the last show we get. The waiting if we don't do the correct thing way for me then at the Finance Act is supposed to be like 2,500 per every 20 cubic meter. Now so if we don't do now the Finance Act, so 2,500 for any 20 cubic meter. Because the first Finance Act, when they changed, the Finance Act, I think...
So 1 cubic meter, it should be 20 cubic meter.
Yes, so 2,500 not be supposed to be per cubic meter. It not be supposed to be 1 cubic meter. It be supposed to be for every 20 cubic meter. So in other words, like the price for 1 cubic meter supposed to be $125 for 1 cubic meter. Because if you divide the 2,500 by 20, it'll give you the price per cubic meter. So like it's supposed to be $125 per cubic meter. Now that the Finance Act for don't say. Or the Finance Act, because remember the previous Finance Act to that, now be 1,500 for every 20 cubic meter. And it did not stop there. When I saw that, I decided to go check the price on the world market, almost in the sale timber per cubic meter. The average price per cubic meter at the world market for timber now $140 per cubic meter. So it kind of makes sense, even though we only below the average price now the world market, but it kind of like understandable. Because why? Sometimes we on timber with the try for market them in the world. We want to make people be attracted to we. So we try for kind of like put them at a discounted price for make people kind of like know what we timber. I agree. but it's supposed to be $125 per cubic meter. So waiting we for don't do. Lara for me don't say, okay, I accept saying that the 2,500 is wrong. Now waiting our make we do. Una give me waiting na the correct amount, and then we una give me the correct amount. Me go recalculate them. But waiting and do, then play trick with Lara. Lara go put 5.5 billion straight away. That's like it's a red light flashing for say, no, it is wrong. And the SaLone people and kind of like they discredit them, say it cannot be 5.5 billion. It cannot be. So it allow now for make like it left this thing like this gray area. The thing becomes so ambiguous where people and kind of like begin to say and say, no, this is not real. But what if we don't do the 100, it say, give me the correct amount, and the correct amount is this $125 per cubic meter. And the number of cubic meter where we sell for the year was 2.2 million, I think 2.2 million. So
Yes.
to the $125 per cubic meter, multiply by the 2.2 million cubic meter of timber the way we export, it be supposed to give me about 275 million US dollars. 275 million US dollars. Almost them paid at the consolidated fund. Now only 25 million US dollars.
Wow.
So the real money we lost. Now this the number one make we know. Because then see and see when they put that 5.5 billion, then they kind of like bash at Lara. But the 250 million now in disappear where the number one make we know about at all.
So what's the case now, brother CashBox? What's the case now with this particular money? That I think I began for land say that particular audit has been suspended in terms of the timber. So will they re-audit it again for next year report, or what's going to happen?
Absolutely. Lara no gets no choice but for auditor. And this is not the thing. When I make where people like can tell we say Lara they go back to the previous years, them I can tell people and say, look, Lara no gets no reason for go back to the previous years, them no reason. The audit standard where govern, where the guide Lara tell we say, if you not get the, even though you can audit the government, if the government not provide enough resources for you for conduct you audit, you for decline or resign. No patch, no day per audit. Audit not to patch granite when you depatch. You either decline or you resign as an auditor. Lara gave for them, the interview Lara yesterday 98.1, when Lara they talk say, oh, because we can ask for 10 billion na the budget, the government not can give we, certain they give we no more like then 7 billion or so. I mean, I'm just quoting figures now, but not to the exact amount where it quote. Then they give me 7 billion. So we need for go find the 3 billion somewhere. Lara, you know, SuperMed, Lara not supposed to ever make that statement and enough for go find money where government no give. It's not possible. You don't forever do them. You for either resign.
Well, maybe brother CashBox, let me interject again. Maybe it will appeal to international partners them. Because the thing about the auditing is it make at least the officials them in governance go afraid how they spend the money. Can you imagine? There's an audit report, look the amount of they lost. If there's no audit report, then people will act with impunity. So maybe Lara is thinking, okay, me and the old people am accountable. I will try to do this job to the best of ability. There will be people who will try to frustrate me. Because this was the same example again where the mayor be giving, nobody paying people them also and so forth. But if you just say, well, oh, because you're not paying me, then if I resign, then in the end, the people then go suffer. So I think maybe that is the calculation of Lara in that particular instance. What do you think?
No, SuperMed, it is still wrong. You see, I tell you, the same way where I can talk about KKY, where I say, if KKY not condoning them, like you remember that same way they're supposed to come with that state of emergency bill back in the parliament. I was literally shouting and say, KKY, because they not come with an LIPA, you resign, because your resignation, they get serious bad reputation for we government, and we government no ever want that. No country no want that. If Lara mistake today say it resign from a position as an auditor, and why they say Lara, not to say as the boss of audit service, not to hear they say as audit SaLone, I know it's for saying that Lara no more for walk out, take him back and say no, they resign. No. Now institution at the top about. And they say no, we audit SaLone, no, they audit the government again because una no they do waiting we want, una they kind of like make we compromise with position. When they do that, it gets serious effect when the government go lost funding, when it be said like Abo Pan Soba one. So it force the government for do the right thing. This is not the point where I try for make. So like this timber thing, Lara be gets a responsibility, SuperMed. But nobody no lie for you. Lara be gets a responsibility for drill into it. And when people in the fail for realize, Lara it gets like in audits, they get like a statutory audit. So in other words, like the statutory audits now wait and tell me you go check what the accounting standards say, and then you kind of like the tick say, oh yes, they adhere to this, they adhere to this. But Lara in mandate way it gets go beyond statutory audit. In other words, it do value for money audit, it do performance audit also. So this is not the thing where Lara for don't push and say no. This time around, una give me the correct amount because I want to calculate waiting at the right amount and report them to the people. Lara now no need for wait until 2020. If we don't can calculate them for we because the figures are already there. The people are not diet. If we don't simply ask them, say, give me the correct amount, make a calculate waiting if we don't be. Simple as that.
Okay, well now we go back now to the issue about, because we are here where the Anti-Corruption Commission, they talk about this issue, about the motorcar them way I think them procure for NACOVAC, where he say, I think according to the people who go audit them, he say not only odometer go tell if motorcar new or not. That one again me baffle me a little bit, and other people they say, because remember I say motorcar when new, the odometer go tell you at 0 points, maybe now 2 miles, no, you don't do 10 miles, or maybe if the driver say long distance for Kanguna ports, it go don't do maybe 50 miles, 100 miles, 200 miles. I don't know. I mean, I don't understand where the Anti-Corruption Commissioner say not only odometer for Tewi. I mean, how people know if the most can you?
Oh my gosh. Super, you know, now I make this guy look, maybe don't lost trust by Francis Benkafala. No. I mean, I don't know why people like he actually and the family.
But again, but a CashBox.
Yeah.
For the on the commissioner on your own side,
yeah.
Although I need to tell we the people where they recover money from,
yeah.
The last time he said he had over a check to the president of over 8-point-something billion. Over. The other guy that will go buy them, then he appease them. I must mean they say don't recover, don't take out the hand. Yeah. Then he said even the laptop them, the value, the type of laptop them also the money them for pay. So I think he's doing something. I don't know how genuine or how, you know, honest the whole thing is. Maybe sometimes that's the way I understand things. So maybe we know they get a clearer picture. But I mean, from what you get, how you go assess what kind of when new or when not new in relation to cargo SaLone?
This guy is a joke, honestly. Anybody with free say Francis Benkafala kind of like the fight corruption with Konski. That person they like delusional, honestly. You know, look. This guy tell we say he go give the president money. Even the announcement, you know, this government and they forget for talk. I'm telling you, even the tell we say he go give the president check of 8 million. Now VOA, publicly now VOA, he say in be don't hand over, in total, he don't give the president 26 billion corrupt money, them recovered corruption. Then I tell we say, if we don't give 2 previous checks them of 7.5 million each, 7.5 billion each. 7.5 plus 7.5 is 15 billion. Then now I say this recent one, it just give 8 billion. 8 billion plus 15 billion, SuperMed, it is 23 billion.
Yes.
But this guy tell we say, now 26 billion check, it don't give in total to the president. You see where it exposed in lie them back. This now make me
maybe he misspoke. I don't know, maybe
well, no. Like that's the way he writes back say. He will write, he puts a statement back say in total anti-corruption or recover 26 billion. This now, you know, when you lie, it hard for make somebody be consistent in lie. It's not easy for make somebody be consistent in lie. How you can tell we say the motorcar in mileage, it tell we like they can get her wrong. Who's kind aid? Why you feel say SaLone people is so stupid? Why motorcar forget the Other than the way they make that kind of mistake, the brand new motor car go get 58,000 mileage. Then you say in a brand new motor car. Then you get mind back for defend the position. This is not two motor car. In fact, that be three safe. When you listen to the conference yesterday, where the Auditor General been the talk, now three motor car. One that be 12,000 mileage. The other one will be 50. The other one will be 60 something. I think three. But waiting they do cleverly, they go one will be 12,000. They go replace and they go find another new one, quick one for can show the auditors them. But waiting be done at the records, now be three motor car them. Quick one, they come back and change them. How you can tell we say the mileage na the motor car like you know, I don't remember myself what he did the talk like this stupid thing them way even the talk. It is disgraceful. Before if this guy don't want to talk safe, make it just keep quiet and say I go investigate them. But for me, they can't defend. It just bring back to mind when this guy go defend chief minister. They tell we say the 1.5 million. The $1.5 million, it don't call EcoBank, it don't call like FIU. EcoBank say chief minister only get a cash account to them. You know, may wanna be talk this talk. There is no way chief minister gets a current account. Every bank na SaLone get they do prepaid card. Every bank. And the only people where they get prepaid card, now they want the way cannot get current account. If you get current account, you don't need prepaid card at all. So there is no way chief minister or credit card, because even SaLone Bank, then they give credit card now. There is no way chief minister, they just get only prepaid card na EcoBank. But income and defense. The other time they me discredit this guy. So SuperMed, look, I know they try for talk now. I say, oh, but this guy not ready for fight corruption. Make it not deceive we. Make nobody not tell me say this guy they fight corruption. No, it's only covering the corruption. And when you look at it, the same thing back where it won't please the MCC, what it do, it go back and make, like I said, the 2018, that 140 billion will disappear in our country in 2018. Say today, this guy not investigate him. The only thing where it don't investigate in 2018 audit report. Now, one thing we get for do with like American embassy, where some people will be they work, they go pay for them picking, we don't pass 18 years. And this we get for do with like the previous government. Now, ain't no more a investigate. The 140 billion. People they argue say, oh, now between APC and SLPP, but it's not true. There was a recording where even Lara go on 98.1, where Khadija Bangura asked him, you know, people are confused with this 140 billion. Who doesn't if I'm now talk and say, to be honest, not this government. But yet still, you go get people that would defend them say, no, it was a joint between APC and SLPP. And one thing I want to clarify now before I end SuperMed, when people like they talk about say, like now APC they part, I'll give one example. The Frobe College, it was like 2016, 2017, I think. Then say, so 2016, 2017, we agree saying that APC team. But when they ask, you know that they ask about the discrepancy now Frobe College, now the permanent secretary. The permanent secretary, when they ask him about it, he don't ever say, oh, now the minister will be there at the time, now in carry the money go or now in this. No. He don't say so. You know what he say? He say, oh, he say right now, he say we depend kind of like we get the backup information right now for can give you. That's for tell we say the permanent secretaries, now the one them we actually know everything waiting to happen. So why if now the APC minister them when them be the say thief, why you not tell we say that the minister now be carry the money go?
Wow, that's a very, very critical question you ask you, because we don't get these arguments na social media, but people they make pronouncements. But again, in relation to the anti-corruption commissioner, I mean, people are confused because when they see say they recover their money, although they know who that they pay the money here. But again, one of the major things will be happen, that 49,000 bags of rice, when that case be going to court, where the anti-corruption commissioner decide for let the case collapse, just because he say, you know, I try the case by judge and jury. But he gets all the evidence. People ask him, but what so? If you get solid evidence, why make you know let jury then look at evidence there and pass a verdict? Instead, you withdraw the case, you allow the case for collapse. The same man has been stated in a ministerial under a different ministerial position. Meanwhile, 49,000 bags of rice, we don't know nothing about him. You say they look into them, but nothing has come up. And you know, I can make it like for defend the anti-corruption commissioner, but I'm baffled by that issue there. And it's a big, big issue because 49,000 bags of rice, not until I go put some in pocket. Or say, okay, I go put some inside me one room, keep them. Now, plenty rest. Where anything you go for go keep them, the evidence will be plenty. So again, like when you talk no more, I mean, like when it comes to the end of this particular thing, the jury is out on the anti-corruption commission. I believe say, hopefully they watch them program here, and then they learn again. You highlight something that very, very important today. That Finance Act. People when a bookman them, PhD holder them, professor them. Then sit down, they never know the difference between 1 per cubic feet or 20 cubic feet. I mean, I don't know, we'll not go better book, but if we ever pick that one day up, and these people would pay them plenty money. Now they're going to the country, and we they suffer at the country. You know, I mean, for round up, because we don't pass through time now. We want to again. Thank you, plenty, so much. We get so many people in here, hundreds of people in. Now the chat time, plenty comments as usual. We always get them the partisan comments where we the Sierra Leoneans sometimes they will fail for a license. Let's see how they do so. Now this was supposed what they do for all the government accountable. No matter if now the previous government they support this government, whoever government get for they support all them accountable because what they do when until it happen now me and you as Sierra Leoneans they suffer. We know they say 2018 141 billion loss. Now 177. It's not plenty money. Every country in a poor country. You know, so now would they be objective enough? Don't know cover. We say because all they cover them people they are, we're responsible for them problem. How will they suffer? It doesn't make sense to me. Sometimes and they maybe I go get 1 million, somebody give me 2 million. I feel say I don't bet. But can you imagine the billions we don't go? You know, let's be honest here. Let's be transparent. Don't try to be objective. Don't watch them issue that thoroughly and make sure say we serve as checks and balances because with parliament maybe they try, maybe they say no sabi, but I don't even understand because how na go boku over 130 something of una need to read, then you na something just turn to no more talk boto bata commode. I mean that is another thing where we Sierra Leoneans get for the ask to parliamentarians and say listen, parliamentarians MP honorables would they vote for now for una go be the eye and the ears for we now government. So they bring in documents. Now the responsibility for read them. And tell government say this document on account so it not look correct so. We don't want the yeri say on a beaucoup de so and you know one documents on a just sign and on a left hand. It really defeat the purpose what we are dead for. Because so don't forget so una say that part of the government divided into 3 segments. Una they make the law them and make sure so now all government the executive accountable. So they expect much from una. So for the CashBox for wrap up, and again, I want to tell members and plenty in the forum today. Please una go on our YouTube page and una subscribe. We get plenty video them over 2,000 interviews them. What we don't do of so many extraordinary personalities them. We don't talk about so many issues then. So please, go on our YouTube page and subscribe. And like we tell when you said last year alone, our Facebook page we got over 100,000 views. So that they show say when they do the right thing at this particular platform. The last interview when the brother make this particular brother Yasu, the last interview right along nearly 20-something thousand views. So the message they go out there, and I believe say people in authority and say they read the message. But if we continue for spread the message, we continue for make many know say we know what they go on. I believe say they will take it and do the right thing. So, brother CashBox, in terms of what we don't talk about today, this money business was short in our country. The president over $500,000 used for just travel within December. I want to summarize in terms of what you talk about confidence building. How this they impact the bread and butter issue in our country. For round up the program, please.
Thank you, SuperMed. You know, since I start from there, and I think I'm going to end there as well. You see, for make we country kind of like move from Usai we day
until we find the gem, we find that most expensive commodity. And that commodity today, it is the confidence. The reason why the money no day in circulation. Me fambulem money in day one a country, a government only supposed for print money if like the economy they grow, because when the economy they grow, it means they need more money for able move with the economy. If I kind of like they plant corn and people can buy corn to me, the only time where I will decide for go buy extra plot of land for plant more corn, now way people want more corn from me. So if the economy they grow, that's the time where we for go print money. Or if people we poor mama them they sell now Congo markets and Dove courts, then they wrap the money become destroyed. Then that's when they kind of like go destroy their money, then they but we for able kind of like only go reprint waiting with the destroy. These are the two reasons them we make we for print money. The family, if we go print money, we then two things there actually, because the Minister of Finance be kind of like do an emergency budget where it tell we say we economy depend contract. In other words, we economy they reduce, it they go down. So if we economy they go down, there was no need for print extra money, except they tell we say they destroy some money them. And then before they print money, we need for know how much money they destroy. And then like when we economy contract back, like when the contraction, it got kind of like balance them off, and then we know how much money we realistically need in the economy. But they did not do all this. But the reason why I make me family money, the money then as SaLone. As I talk, there is a money laundering, a very clever money laundering going on in our country where we say, so man go tell you, say, oh, if you want to send money, especially the one that we've been denying, go tell you, say, put on my account, I go give the person Leone's where you want. This now all tactical money laundering where they go in our country. And the reason for this, me family, now because of we not fend that commodity yet. That most expensive gem, the most expensive diamond oil, the most expensive rutile, we not fend it. And that most expensive commodity today, the confidence. The family confidence is lacking now we country. Now it make we de usai we de so delicate today. If we not try for build confidence through political, if we not try for build confidence inside the economy where people trust SaLone as a country for go invest, you know, like investment flow now in the boost a country in economy. The family, if we not try for build like social confidence, then we country we not get for go any side. And when we continue for the print money like this, like my family, we go see inflation. And when inflation kick in, my family, we currency go lost value and things them become expensive. And my family, the simple thing we at try for say, I make a prediction. The trend where we they go so, there is no way I give people them up to April. There is no way with dollar, no, they go up to 12,000 leones per dollar. There is no way. This is my prediction. The least, at least, the least where the dollar will go from now to April is $12,000 because I can see it all written on the wall. And my family, you know, the $520,000, the 5.2 billion. Think about this. Beginning day, now school where the rights na grown. 4 picking them go admit na cottage, then they share one bed. 4 picking them die na cottage because of waiting, because of blackout. My family, we don't need for wait for grant. If we build with confidence, we go all out na the world and go borrow money for make sure say we hospital them be fixed, for make sure say we school system is done properly, for make sure say we light day in our country for make people not die because of blackout. This money where the president go spend so. If not any cobra, you begin not go to cry for bread. You they get that money for go buy Ferrari. It's not possible. And the family, you know, lastly, the audit report. Yes, Lara did not do anything wrong. It go according to waiting the information within game. However, a responsibility go beyond just waiting in the sea. It be supposed for don't drill into this audit in detail if we don't go further.
So like me, no, they blame people for making them the blame them. However, the real money we lost, and these are the tactics we didn't play, because they don't want to make we see the real money we lost. Now I make them come with this ambiguous 5.5 billion. But the real money we unaccounted for in our country, it is $250 million, or $249 million to be precise. $250 million, my family. Now, right now, they in limbo. We don't know what's happen with that money. And this time is suspicion that this make them play with the Finance Act, because they know say they want kind of like clear the money for make people and not take notice. You see, nobody need to talk about the $250 million anymore. All waiting and they talk about the 5.5 billion. The anti-corruption man, my family, remember in the 2018 audit report, like two conflicting information and they we can meet them. Firstly, they tell the Sajusu when in the financial sector, it tell we say like money where they be paid at the Ministry of Finance, about 700 and something million leons, my family. It tell we say, the anti-corruption man tell we say Sajusu don't report them to him. But Matthew Dinju, when the Deputy Financial Secretary, it tell the Auditor General say they don't get the document when they show a backup of the payment. So my family and to then they order the lie. This now be other thing way for me trigger an investigation from the anti-corruption man. We see Parantarawali and Honorable Tawa openly in a 98.1 tell we about the corruption where they go on. They all two be the, in fact, Tawa tell we recently say he submit all in backup them. He say about today the anti-corruption man no talk nothing about it. If I'm willing, una be the judge, and una thank you very much for having me. And SuperMed, thank you very much to you, and thank you to Prince Chroma, and thank you to the Dena Now management. And it's always a pleasure being with you, and for kind of like share me and Lily in nothing knowledge to the people of the country.
Okay, thank you very much, Brother SaLone CashBox. I mean, for all the salient response we don't give it today, you don't enlighten so many people. So many people don't understand some affaf nitty-gritty, because some of these things sometimes are very, very confusing. Some of you, they see plenty arguments in our social media. You don't take your time. We don't hold you so long today. You come up from your busy schedule for can make sure say you clarify so many things. So they tell you, thank you very much for that. And we always appreciate you greatly on this platform. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you now, tomorrow, we'll get another very maiden important show tomorrow. This same time, at this particular platform, the founder and host of this particular platform, Prince Emil Kroman, and the moderator program tomorrow. So please, do not forget for tuning. And again, I've been telling us over 200 videos now we YouTube page. No, it's actually over 340 something videos now YouTube page. So please, una go there and una subscribe, because we they try for bringing things them as objectively as possible. And we want we Sierra Leoneans and the Cote d'Ivoire don't say no more. Now we think wholeheartedly, yes. If we not be don't think before safe, they say better late than never. If we not be don't think before, so we don't allow people them don't win before. Yes, that we don't make that mistake, but don't make that mistake again, because now we get the opportunity to get the platform what they able to use for discussing things. We'll go with brothers, we'll go with sisters, where they come in, where they explain to them thoroughly, so that we understand them. We go able to be the extra check and balances to government, tell Papa government, say, hey, this way they go on, so this way they go on, so you know right. 2018 audit report come out, money loss. Say no about that Monday. Now 2019 say don't can come out. So we for all the people who are responsible say, una do the right thing, because what thing do the Cote d'Ivoire say, people them picking and then our hospital today when they die there, and per day they say up to 5 picking they die now in country for malaria because they're not getting medicine. So just imagine $500,000, how much medicine they go to buy, and how much picking life they go to save. So family, now that's what they do on this platform, for bringing the information and also to una, and all people are responsible, accountable, and make sure so una know what's in the happen in our country. So one thing, thank you plenty for una continued support. We una the GUI, we una the subscribe now YouTube page, una the join like what I said about the brother, the last broadcast will get over 20,000 views already and counting. And I believe say this maybe next few days it will almost the challenging figures in there as well. because a very, very eye-opening interview this as well. Despite all the technical difficulties, we fought very, very hard. So they tell the boy again once more, thank you on behalf of the Daily Now Media Empire. Una viewers, I will return thank you plenty for the patience on the give to we as well. Despite the technical challenges on the patience we una comments, you all welcome. We appreciate una great thing at this platform. And again, this platform now for all Sierra Leoneans. So always we do now so now for the benefit of we country. Una thank you very much. And like what Roman say, all good things must come to an end. You know this, at the end of the program for today.